Philippines, or as you would say in Korea, annyeonghaseyo. This is the 2014 Hyundai Elantra Coupe, and we're way up high in the Rocky Mountains at IMI Raceway, north of Denver, Colorado, and we're going to test this baby on the track. Now, we had one recently, but this is the 2014 model, and it has a couple extra goodies. It's also over $24,000 as tested. Is it worth it? Find out next. What you're looking at here is a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine that's hooked up to a 6-speed automatic transmission. What's important here is this one puts out 173 horsepower and 154 pound-feet of torque. That's because this is the ultra-low emission vehicle engine. There is a partial zero emission vehicle engine that puts out way less horsepower, and I don't recommend it. Why? Because that 6-speed automatic transmission is the only transmission you can get with this car. Isn't that weird that they don't have a manual option? And because of that, it feels a little sluggish, so I can't imagine how less horsepower would help this car. Well, you know, at least it lets me rev all the way up to redline, which is like 6,600 RPM or something like that. That's pretty cool, but it doesn't really sound, it doesn't just, you know what, it doesn't sound as good as the competition. Okay, 0 to 60. Well over a mile above sea level, people, with an automatic transmission. So I'm going to shut off the traction control. There's an active eco button. I'm definitely turning that off. All right, hold it for 5 seconds, and okay. I'm gonna rev it. Doesn't really let me do a lot. 2,000 RPM. All right, let's try it. Away we go. The engine sounds better from the inside than it does the outside, that's for sure. God, I wish this had a manual option. Brakes are okay. A little tiny bit spongy. 10.24 seconds. I think I could do better. There are lots of different ways to describe the exterior of the Hyundai Elantra Coupe. I actually think it's pretty attractive, but I have some Korean friends who say it's Kanchano. I have other friends who say, eh. And yet other friends who go, well, it looks better than the 4-door sedan. To me, it's handsome. It's contemporary. They've freshened the front end. They've freshened the rear a little bit. For the most part, you can't mistake it for anything else. It is an Elantra Coupe. Now, what's really cool is I think it looks fantastic when the sunroof is tilted up, windows down, flying down the highway. Unfortunately, there aren't that many color choices, and in black, I don't think you guys can see the lines very well. This time I'm going to manually shift the gears. Wish it was a stick. So let's rev it. And we're going to run it to red light if it'll let me. Here we go. No, it's shifting before. Yep. Slower. 10.71. It's actually slower trying to use the manual. All right. Utility is surprisingly good on this car because the back can hold me easily, but after falling down the stairs a few days ago, I am not folding myself into the trunk right now, but it can hold several golf bags. It could hold about 3 or 4 kids' seats with a cooler. It can hold a lot of stuff. There is an issue, which is there is no spare tire. You have a tire inflation kit. And if you compare it to the Scion TC, well, frankly, it doesn't hold a candle to the Scion TC in terms of trunk space. Now, the interior, on the other hand, is beautiful to look at. It really is a very well-designed interior. Lots of different colors. Black is not standard all over the place, so you can actually mix and match a little bit, which I think makes a car look a little bit more quality. Well, maybe a tad bit more, because unfortunately, certain parts where you can actually touch are hard plastic, and that quality sort of melts away. Nonetheless, I think that the interior is very comfortable, and my kids are able to fit in the back seat without much of a problem. Adults can fit back there as long as somebody very short is driving up front.
Slightly jump the gun. I think in this car you need to. I gotta say, on the highway, the ride in this car is really good. It's a little soft for a sports coupe, so I wouldn't really consider it a sports coupe per se. Ooh, a lot of front end push. Definitely a lot of weight over the front wheels, not just because the engine's there, just the way this thing is angled. It feels like the weight is almost in front of the front wheels. See what I'm saying? Off the accelerator, the traction control is very active and it's not letting me do a whole lot. I think I need to try another lap without the traction control on because it's totally pulling back any hope for performance. Come on, you can do better than that. Come on, go! Foot's all the way down, nothing happening. Need manual! Manual! Even a 5-speed manual, I'll take that. Ah, God, this is a miserable run. Didn't like that run at all. That's what we got. I'm thinking like a minute 20.
Смотри, что.
A minute 20, it's exactly what I thought I got. Traction control kept kicking in and it just would. Let me try it again with that traction control.
Ага, хорошо.
All right, one more time. Thank you for being patient. I'm losing my patience with the car. Okay. Traction control off this time.
Economy is pretty good considering how much horsepower you get. 24 miles per gallon city, 34 miles per gallon highway, and combined 28 miles per gallon. That's pretty good. You can get a little bit better if you get the partial zero emissions vehicle version of this, but then you lose a lot of horsepower.
Colorado can get hot. Just the other day we were at 97 degrees. I know if you live in Nevada or Southern California you're laughing. But for us Coloradans, we burst into flames. At least our state does. Hopefully this year we don't have a lot of fires. But we have a secret weapon. Roman, he is capable in that massive head of his of holding a full gallon of water in his cheeks. Here we go. So we'll actually fly him over the side and spit water at things. Traction control's off. Now, earlier at the 0 to 60 runs, you may have noticed I didn't have a very good time with the manual selection. That's because before redline, well before redline, the engine would cut off, transmission would shift. Two things you really don't want when you're trying to go fast. But this time, just beat the crap. Come on, you son of a bitch, you can do it. Yeah, see? No traction control. I do not recommend this on the highway. I'll tell you that. Go! You know, it's still slightly on, but it's better this time. At least it's a little faster. I lost all my time right there. I'd be surprised if I beat my last time because of that. Go, 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 go! It takes a while for the transmission to shift. Crap! I would have probably had it a couple seconds faster, but that one corner, which was my fault. But it is faster around the track without traction control. I screwed up on a... Oh, okay, 118.
Это было быстрее.
Okay.
Покажи им.
There we go. So, it is faster with traction control off. Do I recommend it? No. That's not... Car's not very happy with it. Oh, if this thing had a turbo, oh my God, if this thing had a turbo and a manual transmission. I know I bitch about it, but folks, what else do you get a two-door coupe for? You get a two-door coupe to have fun, to zip. This is more like a GT, but I mean Grand Touring GT. Slow.
So the question is the 2014 Hyundai Elantra Coupe worth $24,735, which is its as-tested price? Well, let me put it to you this way. For that same price, you can get a very well-equipped Scion TC, and I believe you can get a well-equipped Honda Civic Coupe. Now, the last one we drove from Honda was 2011. That's why it's not being compared with this one. We rarely get Hondas up here. But I can say this. In the bracket that it's in, and there's only a few cars that I compare against, I would say that this is near the bottom. Why? Lack of a manual transmission option, and, well, frankly, I don't think it has the right power to weight ratio. Something about it feels off, and it's a very, very slow-moving vehicle off the line. With that said, old rating system, buy it, lease it, rent it, or forget it. I say rent it. And the current rating system in terms of the brackets it's in, I would say it's like second from the bottom, with the Scion TC being on top. For the Fast Lane Car, this is Nathan Nadlin, and I will see you next time.